Hi, I'm Dr. Sudhakar here. I have with me a good blend of budding hoteliers from Garden City University. As part of the project work, we are here to select one problem which is there in the hotel industry today and develop the solutions in order to tackle the problem more effectively. So I have with me the panelists today. To begin with, happy morning to all of you. How are you all doing? Great. So, can you all introduce yourself? Starting from you, I know you're Shivani. Can you introduce which state you're from?
So I was born in Kerala but brought up in Bangalore.
Alright, great. How about you?
I'm Saniti from Andhra Pradesh.
Sagini from Andhra Pradesh. West Bengal. Alright. From Kerala. So we have Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and West Bengal. Fantastic. So the entire India is here to participate in the panel discussion. Ms. Shivani, can you tell us whether you have identified the problem earlier or do you want me to give you the problem which is there in the industry?
No, we did identify the problem by ourselves, so because as we were doing the training as trainees there, so during our induction period they clearly mentioned that it's going to be 9 to 10 hours if it's busy. But in reality when the operations were running, we were doing 12 hours, 13 hour shifts. There were sometimes that my like people who did training with me used to work for 16, 17 hours, which didn't help it pretty well because they used to go back home by 7 and then they had to report back like 3-4 hours again. So that kind of affects the health of the trainee as well because we're not used to working for this long hours as well. It's not on a daily basis.
Yes. So the problem is you are trying to develop solutions related to long working hours.
Yes.
Not just for the interns, even for the employees also, right?
Yes.
Even for the employees.
Yes.
And before even getting into the problem, what do you think should be the ideal working hours of an individual working in the hotel? What should be the ideal according to you? How many hours should an individual should work in the hotel industry? Is it 5 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours? What should be the maximum hours an employee can actively work in the hotel?
So to talk in terms of productivity where an individual can give their best in terms of staff or trainee would be 5 hours. So it's the intense level of work that we have in the hotel, not just for one particular department, but as a hotel, there is a lot because we being trainees, we are not confined to just one department. We're working for the entire hotel where whoever needs us, we're always available for them.
So you say 5 hours of productive hours.
5 hours.
In addition to that, breaks and other things put together under 2 more hours or 3 more hours.
Probably.
Yeah,
so
7 hours. 7 hours.
7 to 9 hours would be a perfect shift for a particular person with equal amounts of break as well. So because if they tell us that they're going to give us half an hour of break, which they can extend it a little bit more by another 15 minutes, let's say. Because it's not necessary that when we go down, we immediately get what we need.
Right.
Because there are other staffs as well. We don't have private rooms in our hotel where we can go rest by ourselves. It is a public room where every single staff will be there. So it's not necessary that when they tell 15 minutes or half an hour, within that time we can't really take a real amount of rest where we can come back and start working at all.
I agree with you. Even when I was there in the industry, there used to be a bunker room where only 4 beds are there for total capacity of 300 staff.
Yes.
So it's practically not possible to find a space to sleep. I think that also should be taken into consideration. Saniti, how many hours do you want to work in a hotel? Just say some number.
I would like to say 8 hours, 9
8
hours.
hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. Okay, how about you?
10 hours.
10 hours, maximum 10 hours. 9 to 10 hours. I think maximum number of hours should be 10 hours. The minimum hours which people are really interested is 7 hours also. Alright. Having understood what is the trend in the industry, you already mentioned that there are times the interns used to work for 16 hours. Now let me ask, how many hours generally, based on your industrial exposure training or based on your understanding, how many hours do you think in reality people are spending in a hotel?
It's probably 12 hours.
12 hours.
12
Or 12 hours.
Depends, like from department to department.
Okay, general in average.
Generally, kitchen and service staff spend more time.
More time. Closer to how many hours?
14,
15 hours.
same, so 14, 15 hours.
15 hours. I think 15 hours spending in a hotel and completing their most of the day, it's not considered to be a good sign. Ms. Shivan, if I ask you, if an employee is working for 14 hours, 15 hours in a day, what are the various consequences? What do you see with regards to the employee health, well-being is concerned? What will be the consequence for the hotel also? If they are having an employee working for 14, 15 hours, do you think it's good, bad, positive, everything? What's your take on that?
So, if there is requirement for that individual to work for a certain hours, then probably he can do it for one day, sir, not on a daily basis, because end of the day, even he is a human, or he or she, whoever the staff is, even they are humans end of the day, and they need equal amount of rest as well. And if they are a family man, they need some time with the family as well.
Absolutely, agreed.
Because just hotel or work is not every man's dream. Because once when you have a work, not everybody is workaholic like certain people who don't want to go home or who don't want to go back to their family. They like staying and they like doing what they want. Where it will affect their health, because of which on a long period they are gonna not be able to give their best.
Right.
Because of which they're gonna get demotivated, and once they're demotivated, it's gonna be like there's a saying telling if one apple is rotten, it's gonna
Yes.
rotten the rest of the
Right.
batch as well. So if because of that, because seeing one person demotivated, the entire group can get motivated. So
Right.
if one department falls down because of this, then it can affect the entire hotel at a
Absolutely.
long run or a longer time where it's not going to help anybody. So with having like shorter hours, or even if there is break shift, if a person is doing 15, 16 hours, giving him a certain amount of rest where he can go back to his room or to even the bunker bed and get some amount of rest, some amount of sleep, that can reboost him and he can come back to work and give us 100%
Absolutely.
every
Great.
single time.
Great. How about you, Sanchi? Do you think it will affect the mind of the person, health of the person? It will affect the quality of the work.
I
If they are working for
effect on their health actually.
health, okay.
So they can't sleep properly, they can't do like working stuff.
There are times people are getting into depression because of this. Okay, health is one of the
Main-
consequences which may happen because of long working hours.
So health issues and work-life balance is not there, then people won't be focused, like they will only think when the shift will end.
Yeah. They will be waiting to complete their job and they're leaving home. So their commitment level of the staff will not be there. What do you think, sir?
Not getting time to spend with family.
Not getting time to spend with their family, right? So it's very important that hotels are able to have a reasonable hours, which not going to create a loss for the hotel, nor it is going to create a loss for the employees because of the long working hours. They need to find a perfect balance with regards to the working hours in the hotel. If I ask you, whether all the employees who are working for 14 hours, 15 hours, are they really happy? You'll have to say happy or not happy.
Not.
Not happy, to be honest.
Not happy.
Not.
Alright. The second question which I'd like to ask you is, do you think staff who is working for 14, 15 hours can maintain a quality in their product or the service what they are delivering in the hotel?
Not really. So it again, it depends on the particular staff, because not everybody is a workaholic like that.
Not everyone is a Superman.
Yes.
Superwoman
So
also.
if this individual person is really committed to his work, he can give his 100% best even when he's tired.
Right.
But if it is somebody else, and if we talk as a team or as a particular department, the overall scale is going to be sometimes up, sometimes low. Because if a person is working for 16, 17 hours, and at that same particular day, if at all he gets motivated or if he gets congratulated telling thank you for your 16 hours of your time that you gave us, even he's going to feel happy, he or she is going to feel happy by telling that yes, even if I'm doing such long hours,
That is a
they are
recognition. That is an
recognizing
appreciation.
and they are seen. But in reality, in the hotels, when the audit happens, there are where they do change the timings according to 9 hours or according to whatever the policy is, which actually might show as proof that they do work long hours. Like
Absolutely.
word terms, nobody takes in the hotel. Like verbal terms are not really taken in hotel. Only the hard copies, the hardcore documents that they have is going to show. And when the document itself is completely rigged and written by hand, then not even the employee can do something, even if he wants
Absolutely. I
to
agree.
take a charge against it.
Agree. Now, one more question which I like to put forward to the panelists is that I think the long working hours, one is yes, the business demands, but also the employees also is responsible for this extended working hours. There are few employees or there are certain employees who do not want to do the work on time. They do not want to complete it because they want to stay back, they want to showcase that they want to work for a long hours. So I think as employees, because of the lack of efficiency, lack of interest in completing the assigned task within the stipulated period, also is one of the reasons why there is a long working hours happening in the hotel. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir, it is, and it not just because of they are becoming like they try doing the work on a very slower pace. That is because they are exhausted. Over
They are
the
exhausted,
time.
okay.
And in Bangalore, to travel from your destination to the hotel, the traffic, the amount of stress that you need to take, that will take a big toll on you even before you reach work. And once after you reach work, going through briefing, getting assigned the job you need to do, and by the time you start doing the job, like how other teammates even told about the communication gap that happens or the comfort zone that's there, everything plays a role in terms of your entire work
It's very, very
schedule.
complex.
Yes, because the person would have a particular like systematic way one individual wants to work. Because of others, there is kind of temperament with that systematic way he wants to work, he or she wants to work. Because of which neither can they give a 100% best, neither can they ask somebody else to give their 100% best.
Right. So now, Shivani, there is a problem which is very much existing in the hotel. If I ask you for two solutions, how this particular problem can be handled, what would be your two solutions?
So, the two solutions, my first solution would be to have enough staff that they can divide the work equally.
Okay.
Because in hotels, one particular floor will be assigned to just one person who needs to get 20 rooms cleaned in a day. So imagine how big of a toll that would be on him. So if at all they have four people for a particular row, then they will have less amount of work and it's going to be much more perfect where the entire team will be sufficient or will be happy to do the work. And the second solution would be for the entire hotel or the entire organization to come up is with a proper systematic way of functioning something. Like if it's written in the policy,
SOP.
to follow it, not to just, because when you're giving the interview, they're going to promise you one thing, but when you're in the operations, this completely different thing, and you can't really leave the operations in between, or you can't really quit the operations in between. That's the reason we can see too many hoteliers that they move on to some other course that they haven't done because of the exhaustion level or
Correct.
because of the time that they don't get to their personal lives. So if at all these two solutions will be implemented in hotels, it's going to help even the trainees as well. Because we trainees need to have fresh minds so that we can learn more. At the same time, if at all we are not, we don't have the energy, if at all we are exhausted, we can't really give our 100% there. And that can affect, because trainees are the ones that need to learn more at the beginning stage.
They are going to be the future employees.
Yes, so if at all they're given a bad impression at their first go, they might not even choose the industry, they might change their course into something else. And on the long run, we might have problem or we might have less staff because of which, and again the problems might go on and on.
Absolutely. Sangeeti, you have any solution?
Yes, they can do work individually, they can
Yeah. They need to do the work within the stipulated time, and the employees are expected to finish within the time. Okay. How about you?
And like sometimes people in housekeeping and sort like the morning shift guys, they used to complete all the rooms. So the afternoon shift guy or the night shift guy has to do that. So like if the person completes his own work, then the other person won't have to work.
Very good. Yeah.
And then in service, like I used to say, like sometimes people used to leave early, like at 12 or 11, just after the
Without completing the work.
yeah, outlet closes without completing the work. So like it puts pressure from the other person. So we have to complete the work. We are here till 1. If everybody distribute the work like section wise and complete it, then everyone will leave early.
Right.
And like sometimes we used to leave at 2 and come back at 7. So like who's working late, they can do afternoon shift, like proper
Right.
timing is
Right.
not.
Right.
There is no proper, with the child, there is no proper
Policies.
policies.
All right. Great. In today's discussion, to find a solution for a problem with regards to long working hours in the hotel, I think I will do the summary. First of all, there should be a policy. If there is a policy, the policy have to be followed. If not, the policy should be directed. So all the hotels should actually follow the policy with regards to the working hours of the employees, number one. And number two is the employee should be trained on the efficiency which is expected out of them in completing the required number of tasks within the stipulated hours of time. If that is conveyed to the employees right in the time of the interview and the orientation program, I think the employee should work. Number three, what I think is based on the point which I have taken from him, the employee should be made accountable for completing the work and leaving for the day. They shouldn't be letting the work to spill over to the next shift person, which is actually causing the burden. As Shivari rightly said, yes, there are situations business demands long working hours, but if the appreciation can be provided, the employees would be staying motivated. In addition to that, the hotels also have to provide necessary amenities for their employees to take required basic breaks, what is required. For a short nap, a good food on time, required uniforms, and if at all there are transportations available, accommodations are available closer to the hotel, I think the hotel should definitely explore this opportunity. Apart from that, in terms of reducing the long working hours, I think there should be an auditing, surprise auditing process in place where the employees' performance are checked, and whoever is not performing as per the standards have to be provided with additional training. And I also think that the Learning and Development Department should conduct a time management training program on frequent basis, so that the employee develops the skill what is required to complete the work in the most efficient way, so that within the stipulated hours of time and they are able to complete. Most importantly, the hotel should have sufficient manning. If the manning is not there, whatever is said and done, even if you have a policy, even if you are providing the facilities, appreciation is not going to work. The hotel should have required manning, required human resources, so that employees can work like humans, not like a robot. I think it was a great panel discussion. The hotel should take some of the solutions given by the budding hoteliers, and they should implement it. And as future hoteliers, I hope you all will work as a chain makers who will be able to bring down the working hours of the employees from long working hours to the minimum working hours, ensuring the efficiency and also the wellness of the employees who are working in the hotel. With this, we'll end this panel discussion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.